and that not always the best. Early game is a big question, though. I think anytime we see a bot lane potentially as explosive as this one, any kind of Kalista.
Alvaro continuing to... all the summoner spells gone now for Malrang.
Auto-attacks.
Alvaro is now in a very awkward spot.
He's still here. Trick trying to race to level 2.
He flashed.
Malrang locked up. Committed. Alvaro flashing in as well. Malrang in trouble. Flash in to get first blood. Now Patrik trying to follow up, but he doesn't just have the damage even with the Hail of Blades. There's no blight stacks. The level 1, not enough. But Trick's still going. Elyoya trying to dash away. Trick desperately running forward. They're just dancing away from him. Supa continuing to go and win. Becomes lightning. Supa goes down. Patrik up for an extra second. He gets the additional gold influx coming in. Now Trick wants to keep it going. Decent damage, but the dogs are starting to hurt. Post side.
Thought of something mean, and I'm happy about it.
No, yeah. No, mean. This is a wholesome,
it's for
spirited game of League of Legends.
You say that. KOI is up to something.
Trick. Now in trouble. Going in, a few more autos, gets a decent amount of damage. That's a shockwave. Jojopyun in trouble now. Trick manages to flash out. Jojopyun relatively low, has the buff on him. Holding on for the bailout. One more auto, a little bit more healing coming in. They can't finish the kill, and now it's Elyoya getting away. The handshake is beautiful. Blinking health bars. They just can't get anything done. Larssen cannot finish a kill. MKOI on the edge, but they get the kill on Trick. Damn, that was ahead of Trick. Oh, also Adam on the top side.
Trick might be dead.
Probably ulti in. Handshake still hits. Well played by Alvaro. An extra root now coming in. So Patrik should just fall. Barrier, a decent amount of damage with the bailout there. No hope of finishing the kill. Does manage to proc the bailout, but that's just about it. Supa quickly getting the reset.
Yeah, it's a situation where...
Set up, they have pressure as well. You're going to see a TP in from Larssen. Shockwave is available. 3K. Elyoya's got it low alongside having the closest fight. Patrik's ulti not connecting. Alvaro able to mark. Decent damage now, but Trick has zoned them away completely. They can't just take the objective, but it seems like they want the fight. Poke from Patrik hurts.
Well, the Renata ultimate was used so early onto Varus, which meant that it was now way easier for Rogue to find and engage.
Myrwn stepping up though. They see the TP coming in top lane. They think they have a man advantage. Flash forward with the handshake. Trick now using his ulti. Patrik gonna be forced to flash over the wall. Fates call in. Malrang gonna get taken down. Supa grabbing that one. So Elyoya looks for the reset. Patrik trying to live as long as he can. Elyoya not confident enough to go for the dive. Catalyst to force a fight. But setups on the objective is big, and it feels like wave control has been in favor of MKOI, although Myrwn's going to be in trouble here. Larssen does have Shockwave. Shockwave pullback. Auto attacks coming in. I take it back. He's great at soccer. Myrwn down. Larssen solo kill.
I mean, he dribbles the ball between his feet, and Myrwn
styles on it, but there's the slide and glide that you were looking for. Patrik trying to zoom out of there, but he's just going to get one pop. Trick now needs to retreat. A bit of a leash for MKOI on this objective.
And that's just a great future investment idea.
Shots there, though, for the trouble. They start to retreat. So Rogue maybe a bit overeager on the top side, but Adam moving in. They really want to take Myrwn down. That's the stack up on the queue you were talking about, looking for the knockup. Myrwn now in trouble. Ulti going in from Adam. They want to finish the job. They're Berserk. Crucial disengage ult coming in from Alvaro to keep Myrwn standing alongside the bailout, but the tower might still be in trouble, and that's going to be the tier 2 taken down in exchange for the tier 1 at the very least of Rogue, but now it's Supa, who has to be careful in mid lane.
Securing Dragons theoretically easier. The stacks are beginning to mount.
Adam, good chunk onto Jojo.
Nice chunk. The poke is good from Rogue.
On just respawn. Redemption to heal up a bit. Ulti is going to connect onto Elyoya. Trick gonna zone him away, and they're going to take the Drake. Now the Equalizer is laid down. Ulti over the top, but MKOI, they don't have any follow-up. Trick now going to go in. He's caught in the Thunderdome. He doesn't have a flash, so he's forced to stay and fight to the death. He tries to wander in, look for maybe a Shockwave angle. But Rogue get the objective.
So cool contest. Of course, very few ultimates available as well on the side of Rogue outside of the Shockwave. Means that they're not really interested in trying to fight this fight.
Malrang wanted to be in the area to try and steal at the very least, but you're right. For the most part, that's a good look. Adam has found Elyoya. Elyoya hurting though. Adam forced to use the ulti. Alvaro finding a solid combo with the Redemption's coming down. Nice buffer going in. Patrik though going to be the one in trouble. Redemption coming out from the opposite side. They're trying to turn it. Jojo, he found the sliding glide. Elyoya looking for the reset, but he's already been popped. Tower set up in the mid lane, and now Rogue are in a tough spot. Jojo starting to rain down some damage. Myrwn there as well. Supa blinking health bar, but he kind of wants to support. Patrik looking for the disengage. Laying down a slow. The hail of arrows to help his team retreat back up the river. Trick turning back, hoping to get something else done, but he might have just cost his AD carry his life as well. The blast cone, the last bastion of hope. Patrik out for an extra second, but Myrwn flashing in, doesn't want to walk face first into this, knows how much damage the Varus can do, but Patrik in the end will fall. One more rocket, seals the deal. MKOI, good fight in the mid lane.
I think that ended up being a 4 for... They find themselves a little bit behind overall. They just need to find a good fight.
Larssen.
He's the target.
TP going in. Larssen trying to buy as much time as he can, but the dog can just go intangible. Elyoya resetting the aggro. Now it's Adam who's arrived to the fight, trying to finish off Myrwn, looking for a bit more damage. Q back through, trying to style on him. Extra damage now going in, but Elyoya might have bit off more than he can chew. Has to backstep. 1 for 1 so far.
Comes Trick.
Trick on the way in, redemption there as well. The weirding coming out, extra damage now going down. Elyoya might be in trouble, but Supa has been shut down, and it's Elyoya who's on the run. Adam doing a ton of work here, backed up by Trick. Elyoya retreating, bail out there. Alvaro helps secure the escape, but a 2 for 1 in the extended fight.
It's an overforce, at least for Rogue. You still have the Kalista and the Azir, which make it pretty quick. When the ulti drops.
Ulti. Jojopyun in the midst of the entire team. Goes golden, buys an extra second. Supa has now slain Patrik in the meantime, but they managed to get Jojo back. Trick back in the middle of the team as well. Oh, you're going to try to finish that one. All of the rest of Rogue retreating. 2 for 1 in favor of KOI, giving up Jojo for jungle and AD on the opposing team.
Shockwave is still available for Larssen, which makes the Baron Elyoya on the flank. At the very least, he's trying to catch the next wave, but another tower going to be secured for Rogue, so...
TP behind. And KOI want to fight.
Certainly do. Jojo is going to TP up in 10 seconds.
Larssen flashing up. They're just trying to kill Supa before the fight even breaks out. Larssen decent damage. The shockwave, he just flashes over and it completely whiffs. Now fire rains from the sky. Adam caught out as well. It's a disaster.
And Rogue overstep. We talked about them overstaying their welcome. The TP's come through. Jojo now back on the map. He sets his sights on a Patrik.
Patrik pushed back. Will now just fall. Beautifully played by Supa, flashing over the shockwave to extend the fight. And now MKOI set up to take the Baron.
Yeah, so Rogue, even though they ended up losing the fight, they got the mid tower, but going for the second one is where they overreached, allowing KOI to get back out onto the map, punish Rogue for their positioning, and convert it into a tower, some kills, and a Baron.
Nothing much more to add. No one attending the bot wave from MKOI, so perhaps they can keep this inhibitor standing.
KOI now spreading across all 3 lanes. Jojo using the cannon minion to chip away at the inhibitor. Jojo
really wants to slide and glide. He will push one. It's just Trick who immediately uses the ulti. Patrik taking a bit more time, trying to lay down a bit more damage. Jojo still standing, however. Trick going berserk, and in goes Adam. Massive damage coming out from the rabbit in the mid lane. MKOI making a comeback in the game. Elyoya moving in. Rogue collapsing. Myrwn, great equalizer.
Goes wide, honestly. Doesn't do that much damage.
And no immediate fall makes it so hard for it to stick. Elyoya trying to get in. Goes intangible. Steals Infernal. Walks out, but Trick can't he find the follow-up play. Elyoya just too fast. And Rogue. Balls from Alvaro, ultimately not super effective. Shockwave connects onto Supa. Instantly he goes down. Now they're trying to turn it back. Redemption of their own, a little bit too late from the side of MKOI, but they might have enough power to bring this one home anyway. Adam still holding onto his ult. They will lose at least one inhibitor here. Can't afford to gamble on a play. Need to get those health bars back up. MKOI still very much in control in the driver's seat despite losing Supa. But Adam fishing, desperate to find...
Up around the top tri-brush. Chip damage coming down from both sides. It's landing from the side of KOI. You can see Adam getting...
Wave unattended. They're going to turn back onto Jojo. Jojo goes golden. In the meantime, they're trying to disengage. Excellent combination with the equalizer. The combo finally coming down. Myrwn onto the backside. Already Trick has gone down. Malrang desperate to flash forward, but he can barely keep the tether standing. Elyoya resetting now, looking to find a kill onto Patrik. A little bit more damage going for the bars, but it's just not enough. Adam running. Larssen will fall. It's just going to take another second. Triple kill coming through. Myrwn to finish it off. An ace for MKOI as they look to close this one out 2-0.
A single team fight was all it took as MKOI assert their dominance in the final fight of the regular season. They're looking to close things out in a clean 2-0 fashion.
And overall, they consistently traded up across both games, while Rogue kept some fights close. MKOI always holding on to that lead just about the entire time. The team finishing top 4. We'll see who their opponent is in the first round of playoffs, and for Rogue, the last time we'll see them until summer. So commiserations, but a solid way to end the split for MKOI. And good to see Trick, if only briefly.
Yeah, I think he had a very solid game, all things considered. Him and Malrang were fun to watch. But KOI, yeah, they do lock in that third place spot. And it doesn't really affect much. Kind of whoever gets chosen between the two of them from KC is kind of out of their hands. But of course, you can vote for your player of the series. You can vote now at LEC on X.